Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're new. Today I'm going to be filming part 2 of my series for the February 2022 Kit of the Month from Spellbinders. And I will have 6 cards and 3 designs in this video. And for my first card, I have a piece of kind of a peach cardstock already on my card base, and I'm going to adhere a piece of pattern paper, and I thought this pattern paper was very beautiful and it didn't need too much else. So I made a little bit of a window here with the chipboard sticker, and the back is kind of a mess, but you don't even see it when I glue it on the card. I just took a piece of white paper and stamped "Let's Catch Up Soon." That was the stamp from the card kit. And I am also adhering this chipboard banner onto the frame that says "Remember This." And I thought that the color matched with the flowers pretty well. So sliding around just a little bit, but that glue will dry. And I'm going to add some of the sequins from the card kit because with the flowers, I thought that the bottom needed a little bit of interest, or I'm not sure what, but it needed something because the paper is flat. Even though it's very busy and pretty, it needed a little something for your eye to look at. So I'm going to add 5 sequins to this card. And that should finish off the card. But when I was looking at it, I didn't like that little negative space in the banner where it says "Remember This." I think it's meant for a ribbon or string of some kind to go in there, but I needed something else. So I am going to take some pearls that I just have as my embellishments, and I'm going to put a pearl in that negative space because I don't like it open. And I think a sequin wouldn't fill it quite enough. This card kit was full of florals and sentiments, and sentiments from the stamp set. So I really wanted to use a lot of those sentiments from the stamp set to add to the cards. Here's my first card with that. And I think that pearl is too big, so I'm going to go with the smaller one. And that one should fit just perfectly. After a little drying, I'm sure that would be just fine. And that is the finished card. My next card will be my first shaker card that I'm putting on YouTube. And I just took the chipboard sticker or frame from the kit and stamped on some vellum that I had as a scrap, Never Lose Hope, from the stamp set. And I do think that my ink got a little bit fuzzy on the vellum. I want to try a different black ink next time I stamp on vellum, but I thought it was just fine for the card. And I did use the release double-sided tape for this pattern paper just because I'm kind of running low on adhesives and it works really nice, so why not use it? I loved the gold foiling on this paper. I just thought it was very elegant. So now that my frame has the front, I'm going to use some of this foam, and this is a giant roll from, I think I got it on Amazon about a year ago. And what I like to do is take the release paper off from the top, and it just helps it bend really nicely. So I'm going to start by the top for the bow and work the foam around the edge of the frame so you won't be able to see it once it's on the card. And in a minute here, my hands get very messy, so get ready for that. I'm going to do 2 layers of the foam just because it's kind of a thinner foam, and I'm going to be putting some sequins inside, and I want to give them enough space to shake around and not get stuck in a clump. So when I do double borders like this, there's a little bit of an edge sometimes that it's still sticky from the foam. So I like to take either like a big paintbrush, or I call it a mouse pad, which is not the term what it is, but it's the anti-static bag basically that people use for heat embossing, but it does take the stick away. So mine is not great. It has a hole in it, so that's why my hands get very messy here coming up. And ideally, without the mess, I would just take what I call the mouse pillow, and yeah, there's the mess. And I'll take the mouse pillow and just kind of push it around on the edge just so it does not have any sticky areas. And since it's vellum, I figured it's fine if it's a little white in the inside, since it's not a clear frame. Goodness, I look like I'm doing some baking with some flour or something, but it'll do the job. I'm just going to take a second to wipe off my hands so I don't have whatever's in that little sack everywhere. Sometimes crafting is messy. Anyway, when I like to make shaker cards, I do put the foam directly onto the top part, and then I put whatever I'm putting in the inside directly onto my card. So I'm going to pull in some sequins from my stash as well as the sequins from the kit, just to add some different color. And I put them right where my window is going to go. So I'll kind of push them around and add some gold. I've combined a few baggies from previous kits of gold into one. That's why that one's so hefty. And I believe these are sequins from last month, from January. So it's a lot of sequins, but it's kind of fun for a shaker card, for it to make noise and have a little bit of bling behind the vellum. Then I'm going to take my liquid glue. Today I'm using the Barely Art, just to go around to seal off my edge. I don't put a lot on there because, again, I don't want my sequins to stick to the edge as much as possible. So when I put it down, I'm usually pretty intentional of where it's going. Kind of clump my sequins all in one so they don't touch the edge yet. And put it down. Any day now. Okay, there we go. I'm putting it down. And sometimes I'll take a stamp block or a paper pad, something heavy, just to kind of push it down so that glue has some support. And I do like to wait a little while after putting on a shaker to shake it. I mean, I can leave it flat, but I don't want it, there's a little bubble, I don't want that glue to stick to those sequins, so I'll generally leave it flat. And I will add a butterfly from the kit to the edge of the frame. I love the sentiment "never lose hope" because of the way that the hope is written. Looks very kind of normal and handwritten. It's kind of fun. So I'm just going to carefully set that off to the side and show you the sister card that I made with the same design. You can see the sequins moving around in there. With especially that gold, I think looks really nice. And oops, I forgot to show you that other card. So that's the finished card there, the sister card from the other one. Yeah, I think I'll add some sequins to this card as well. Just keeping it flat, of course. Just for a little longer. I kind of like the placement on the other card, so I'm just going to put the sequins in the same spot. This time I'm using a jewel picker from my Diamond Dot tools. Has a little wax on the end so the sequins stick to it. All right. And that is my shaker card. Sometimes it's fun to get creative with different windows. You don't always have to use clear acetate. You could use vellum or plastic. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be expensive, or you can recycle things. Anyway, this third card, the birds. Loved the birds. They're very sweet. So I put a strip of the pattern paper from the bird paper inside, and I'm using the wooden gray, is that wood? No, that's more of like a paintbrush. A gray pattern paper on the back from the paper pad, and the bird paper, and the sentiment, always remember, which is the whole theme of the kit. So it's kind of neat that they put in a sentiment that matches that with a gold heart above that remember. This die, I don't know where it is from. It was on my desk and I thought it was really delicate but kind of bold at the same time. So I just wanted to use it. Here it is on this card. You could use any kind of floral die cut, I'm sure. I didn't want to use the one from the kit because I felt it was too thin, but this one's a little beefier. I love how the Barely Art glue works on this piece because that tip is very fine. I don't know if this is enough glue or not, but I'm just going to kind of put it where it can go since there are quite a few open spots. And we'll flip it around. It's going to go in that top left corner, opposite of the sentiment. And with that liquid glue, I have a minute to kind of pull it up there. And we'll flatten it down, kind of give it a good press. And I did use a circle die cut just from my stash, not from the kit, but you know, you can even cut out a circle if you don't have a die cut, and add some liquid glue. And I popped up that bird just to give it a little dimension. We'll put that bird right on top of that die cut. And that finishes card number 3. And I did make a sister card with this one because I had the materials. So there's that third card. Here's my second cards with the shaker element and my first cards. And that finishes off all the cards I have for today. So if you would like to, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can see more videos like this. And if you'd like to become a Spellbinders member, I do have a link to the webpage that you can sign up for that on in the video description. Thanks for watching.